My dear viewers, I am really excited to explain you this topic. Yes, network automation. It is a special topic, and also I would say this is the future. As a network engineer, you must learn and you must aware what it is. The term automation itself says we are automating something. We are automating our network operations and our network device functions. And obviously, it is going to make our work easier. And in CCNA perspective, network automation is not a major topic. It just explains the few basic concepts of network automation. But the fundamentals are always mandatory. In this video, I'm going to explain one of the major topics of network automation. And the topic that I'm going to explain is not only important for network automation. Beyond the network automation, it is very important for programs, applications, and yes, it is almost everywhere in these days. And the concept is application programming interface, API. Okay, come on guys, let's jump into the video. The name itself says it is an interface. Let me give you a best example. We are using a website, probably assume it is a e-commerce website, and when you purchase something, after your purchase, it will redirect you to the payment gateway. So a website is approaching the another website or another program. The same case, the payment gateway approaches the website. It gives the payment confirmation. So it is like the communication between the application or programs, we may say. This communication became possible because of the application programmable interface. So in this case, the API is like a gateway or the entry point for the data exchange. So this is the concept of the API, and we are applying this same concept in our networking. And if you take the API, there are various types. Among those types, we are going to use the REST API to automate our network. So in this full video, I'm going to explain you about the REST API only. The REST API or RESTful API stands for Representational State Transfer API. So if an API wants to become the REST API, it has to fulfill few criteria. There are 6 criteria, but only the first 3 criteria are more important for the CCNA. So let me explain one by one. The first one is the API should obey the client server model. It has to follow the client server model. One entity is a client, then another entity must be a server. And the second criteria is it has to be catchable like a website. So whenever the API client approaches the server should collect the details of the client, and again it should give the details to the client like a cache. And the third one, it has to be stateless. Some of you should have aware the stateful and the stateless differentiation. In simple words, stateful is like keeping the records and stateless is not maintaining any records. So it is simple. So whenever the API client approaches the API server for some details, to grab some details, it should give the entire information to the server in order to get the details properly. Otherwise, the server will not aware what the client is requesting. Yes, the RESTful API request must be stateless request. Eventually, these are the three important criterias that an API must fulfill to become the REST API. Before explaining the REST API and its queries in depth, let's discuss briefly about our traditional approach. For example, if we have a switch, what we usually do, we have the admin PC, here is a guy, traditional method. We use CLI to either SSH or telnet the device. This is what the traditional approach that we are doing. And of course, it is tedious job when you are managing the bigger environment. And the next thing is, even we can use SNMP to manage the devices. We can use the SNMP browser and we can make the changes in our network device. As I said before, when you use the API in our network devices as an interface, a script or a program can approach our network device and can modify our changes. If you want to make changes through the script, as I said, we can use API to interact with the device. Otherwise, we can use the Python program, and with the tools like NetMiko, and by using these two, we can approach the network device. We can make changes in the network device. And even this approach is considered like a traditional approach in nowadays, because when you use the direct Python script with NetMiko, it simply uses the either SSH or Telnet. It uses the CLI to log in the device and make the changes. But in this future automation technology, there is no CLI. Using API only to reach out the device and make the changes or get the details. If we are using the REST API, then it has to obey the client server model. In this case, the network device is a server. It is acting like a server and we need a client. So there is a popular REST API client available, and the client is it is an application, and the client name is Postman. Sorry for this logo. So the Postman tool is acting like a REST API client, and it approaches the API server behalf of the user, and the user can interact with the Postman tool over the GUI, also the scripts. And we can see a big problem in this approach. I just took one device which is supporting the API, and I'm using a Postman tool and approaching the network device to make the changes. But if we are managing a massive environment, massive network, at that case we will be having n number of network devices. You cannot you cannot maintain each and every network devices individually. So in that case, to overcome that pathetic situation, we came up with CBN, controller based networking. And I'm going to explain this controller based networking in my second video. In this video, we are going to concentrate only on the REST API. Also, we are not going to use the network device as a API server. We have the publicly available open APIs, a web application. So by using the Postman tool, interact with the open source API to grab some details. So the Postman tool is a free tool. So let's jump into that. I'm going to show some interesting things in that. Let me introduce the tool Postman. Excellent tool. It is totally free to use. Here we go. This is the dashboard, and I need to create a workspace. Test API workspace. And I created the workspace. Okay, this is my request window. You can see the request types: get, post, put, patch, delete. And by seeing this kind of request, you should have understand what sort of request it is. It is a web request. The REST API is simply going to use the web request to grab the data from the API server. And in my case, I am going to use one of the interesting APIs that I found, an API of Ice and Fire. Yes, this API is about Game of Thrones. So when you see an API server or particularly an open API application, you should always refer the API documentation, because the documentation differs in each APIs. The documentation contains the request format, in which format we need to request to get certain data. And now we are in this API. Even I can use this URL to make a request. If I request it in the browser, it is giving me the output. But this, you can see this format. This format is not user friendly, and we need to make this output user friendly as well as program friendly, because the program is the one who is going to use the data. And yes, that is why we are using the tool Postman. I'm giving the same request in this tool. Let's see what is the output. I guess you can see the decorated output here. So this format is easy to read, and it is user friendly. Also, the program will be able to read this format of data very easily. This format is nothing but JSON, JavaScript object notation. It is a language, so the language which is understandable by both human as well as programs. The language is called data serialization language. The JSON is one of the data serialization languages, and another language is XML, extensible markup language. So it is also user friendly and program friendly. So we are getting the details from the API by using the Postman tool, and the data format is JSON. Also, the JSON is preferred format in network automation. So I gave this URL and it gave me some details. Let's dig deep. We can specifically get the detail of books, characters, and also houses in Game of Thrones. So all these three are called resources. So let's enter one of the resources. I'm going to query a character. It will display all the characters. I'm querying the same by using the Postman tool. You can see this format, it is in JSON format. So it shows all the characters, and even we can customize our query further. I'm going to query a particular character, and to query, I'm using the query string, the question mark, and I need to enter the parameter. So I'm going to search by name. So I'm using name. as a parameter. So this value is called query parameter and equal the value. And one of my favorite characters, Jon Snow. And I'm just giving the get request because since it is an open API, we cannot give the post, put or patch request to modify the data. So only we can use the get request. Yes, you can see the output. I got the details of that particular character. It literally excites me. So this is how we need to grab the details from the devices, network devices. Let's go through few other exciting features of Postman tool. It is an open API, so we haven't give any authentication credentials, but the network devices, the controllers are not like that. If you are using the network devices as a API server, in that case, we should give the credential of the controller or network devices. We can give some raw data as an input. Let me explain about these 5 type of request. The get request. The get request is like a read request. We are requesting something to read, and the post request is nothing but entering our login credentials in a website. So we are entering some data. We are giving something to the server. By using the patch request, we can also create some data and give to the server like post request, and also we can update the contents in the server. And the put is also similar. We can create the content, also we can replace the content in the server, but it depends on the API server. And of course, delete. If you want to delete some contents from the API server, we can use this kind of request. And another point to note is the status code, the web status code. If it starts with 2, I mean in 200 series, then it is okay. We got a successful response. So in this case, our request is proper and we properly got the output and the status is 200 okay. But what if I make a small mistake in my query? It gives the 404 not found. The API exists, but that particular resource is not available. That is what it says. And if the status code is in 500 range, then it indicates there is some issue. There are some issues with the server itself, the API itself. Apart from the Game of Thrones API, we also have few other well-known APIs like SW API, Star Wars API, and also we have API for Harry Potter, and we have API for weather update and weather request. So you can use those APIs, publicly available APIs, to practice the API queries, the REST API, how it functions. Use the Postman tool to practice the publicly available APIs. And let me introduce another exciting feature in this Postman tool. I got the output in JSON format. I already said the JSON format is readable by both programs and human beings. It is a data serialization language. So I am moving into the code snippet. In code snippet, we have multiple programming languages. We can convert this JSON data into the code format we want. I already converted into Python format. Here is the Python code for this respective JSON data. Also, we can convert it to a curl request and converting it to the Go language. So these are all few of the exciting features available in the Postman tool. I totally took this video to explain the application programming interface because which is very crucial to proceed with the network automation. I'll explain the controller based networking in my next part of the video. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider subscribing my channel and like this video, and you can also share this video among your friends. I'll see you in the second part of the network automation video. Until then, bye.